In Beatty, there's a spot that's pretty well known. It's just outside of town off 95, One Boiling Pot Road. It's a quiet place. It's looking to make a lot of noise. Welcome to Spicer Ranch. This ranch is a mountain biking oasis. I always enjoy a good ride, so I ventured out onto the ranch. It was a quick ride before meeting up with the owner, Mr. David Spicer. He's got big plans for not only his ranch and his community, but the entire state of Nevada. And it all starts right here in Beatty.
So you grew up here?
I did.
What was that like?
Wonderful experience. You know, it was freedom, John. It was something that my grandfather had, my father had, generations before me, and I got to experience that same life of agronomy and animal husbandry, agriculture, all the great things that go along with that.
And now you really have an appetite for facilitating a place where people can get outdoors and enjoy, well, biking for one. Do you think that that's because of the way you grew up?
It's absolutely, John. I am a product of this land, a product of this community, of this state, this county. You know, there's a sense of responsibility for all that it has given me to give something back. You know, and I look at the possibilities of how to bring goodness back in the community, and I realize that in order to do that, you need economic opportunities, you need to have awareness opportunities, conservation opportunities. I realize that cycling and trails and recreation are a way to bring economic benefits and health in the future to the area.
And so you've got all this, you're offering all this to anybody who has an appetite for it. What does it cost? They want to come out here and do this, what does it cost?
I ask nothing. There's a donation box, and I simply tell people, put something in there and leave behind that represents the fun that you had while you were here. And with that, donations, meager as they may be, sometimes they're grand, sometimes they're not. You know, I don't ask for anything. I just ask for them to have a good time. Take care of the place, take care of the land, and open your eyes while you're here.
Tell me about the biking community, particularly the ones that come out here.
Yeah, we've got all the cycling shops in town, some great folks out of Vegas. We've got people coming out of California, people coming from England. Great groups of guys, great groups of girls. Wonderful representation of people that care about themselves and care about this experience.
They're fun to ride with?
Fun to ride with. In fact, I got a bunch of them I want you to meet today, John.
Do you?
I do.
Well, they
I
sound
love
like
these guys. Well, diverse group of people that are interesting. Yeah, the same vision we have. We find that there's commonality in bike riders and people that use the land. Excitement and passion. And that's the things that we want to stir up. And those are the things we're stirring up, John.
Sounds like my kind of people.
David took me on a quick ride before we met up with the group. These trails are so much fun. I mean, you ride the side of the hill slopes on a gradual climb. Then it's back down through a series of switchbacks. The plan was to head back further on the trails and through the Beatty Wash. Before we did, we met up with the group.
All right, first of all, how's everybody feeling? Pretty good, right?
Excellent.
Great ride. You bet.
David, let me start with you. Let's talk specifically about the ranch, what it offers in terms of biking. Like, how far can you go? What are the levels of the paths?
We've got, on my ranch, Spicer Ranch, we've got 8 miles of trails we built specifically for mountain biking. Some of those are black diamonds, some are blue, some are green, the different ratings like you'd have in ski resorts, right? From there, there's about 60 miles of existing burro trails out here that we've connected. The burros roll down to water at our ranch down there, and they've made trails for the last 125 years. So we take advantage of those trails. When people come to my ranch, they get out here and ride on the public lands and ride these burros. So about 68, almost 70 miles now is what we got.
So David, tell me about this hidden gem that we're in right now.
Right now, you are in Beatty Wash, which is connected with the Petticoat Trail and crossed over by the Ball Bearing Trail and Split Tail Trail. We are about 11 miles from Beatty, up the canyon by an old silica mine, part of the piece of history in the area. Right on the back hill behind us is an industrial minerals deposit that was mined over 100 years ago.
and nobody's out here. I mean, isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. It isn't. That's what's so great about this place. It's so vast and so big. Even if you had 1,000 people out here, it still wouldn't be crowded, John. But yeah, there's not that many. There's lots of opportunities in this area. Geologic opportunities, people see great rock. You've got rock climbing, as you can see, opportunities here. We've got mountain biking. We've got long distance marathon guys coming in here. We've got walkers, joggers, you've got horseback. All sorts of recreational things can occur in this area just by building a great trail system and, having patience and letting it happen. Bringing good things to Southern Nevada.
It really connects people and the things that they love. Hutch, I want to ask you about, if I'm just getting started, where do I begin with equipment and what do I need?
So you want to make sure that you get the proper equipment, like what you mentioned earlier. I have a helmet. Number one, first priority is your safety, because even the most experienced people like myself crash. It happens. And it's usually a silly crash, or you're looking down, or you get a text or something and you just kind of hit a rock, and that protected your dome, right? I would also recommend for some of the less experienced riders, maybe they get elbow pads, knee pads, and then if you do buy a bike, whether it's a new one or a used one, maybe take that to that buddy that's more experienced, or to a local bike shop, and have it ran through. Make sure you have all the safety procedures going through, the chains properly tensioned, it's lubed, everything's torqued to spec. You got the proper air pressure in your tires. A lot of little things. It's not too overwhelming, although it may sound that way the way I'm explaining it, but it's super simple. It might sound overwhelming at first, but that's why you need to lean on that friend, that colleague, whoever's getting you into that sport.
Rick, what do you love about riding?
The freedom. It reminds me of being a kid when I got my first bike, and the world was huge, the world was beautiful, and get on and go. Nothing to stop you.
Rick, one last question. You've been riding for a long time. What's the age range of people that you've seen come out here?
From teenagers to myself, I'm 62, and my regular riding partner is 74. So all ages, all ages. Fun doesn't stop at any age.
David, let me ask you, what does this biking mean to the community?
Device to make things happen in other communities around us, to spread what we have here to the other small communities in Nevada, to be a catalyst. Well, what good responsible land use is about, demonstration of good trailheads, exceptional trail system that's well signed, it's got access. All these roads you see all intersect every one of our trails. So if we have an accident, you can get emergency vehicles in here. Think about those things. The future is to have beneficial land use for the benefit of the people that live in those towns that are surrounded by public land.
When I hear you talk, it sounds like a spider web of trails, and I guess the idea is that that's going to expand, right?
Certainly. Any great trail system will have reoccurring loops in it for beginners to go out, intermediate people to go out, professionals to go out, for long riders that want to go out there. All of it needs to connect back to a system to have a good system. Just having spider webs of stuff that splash all over the place is not what you call a world-class trail system. We're unique here because we're the first ones to do this. So we've done a full master plan to put trails together to create just what you talked about, John. Something will create a future and a trail plan that we can become a world-class destination where you can have races and events. It's through those things you can change the future of a community.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction about the immediate future. We're all going riding again. Let's go.